What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, CCIV is one of my largest positions at 10.32% of my portfolio, so I like to keep up with this stock, and when it pops over 10.5% in one single day, I like to take note. Now, we are currently at $21.70, and in this video, we are going to go through the insanely high short interest that CCIV does have. This is way high. Nobody is paying attention to it, so we're going to talk about it in this video because they are currently prone to a massive short squeeze, and that is no exaggeration. We are also going to go over the technical analysis and why CCIV stock popped today, because you might not quite understand why. So we're going to talk about it in this video. The only thing that I do ask is that you tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, make it turn blue, as well as subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and also comment down below. Let me know if you own CCIV, if you are watching the stock, if you are scared about the stock. It's been down in the gutter for a long time, but that could soon change. So let me know down below in the comment section, as well as check out my buy and sell alerts and get free stock with the link down below in the description as well. Very simple to do, so I'll leave that there. But let's get into it, guys. We have the Ortex data as far as the short interest change today. We went down 0.34%, so out of the total short interest, shorts covered 0.34% today. This is absolutely tiny. Return shares of 334.25k, so that is what shorts actually bought back and returned back. Borrowed shares at 173k, so essentially at 161.25k shares were actually returned back. So we had more shorts cover their positions today than actually were taken out, but it's a very small amount. So let's get into it. The free flow on loan, guys, is 22.67%. that is a change of 1.18%. and just take a look at the actual NASDAQ reported short interest. They only update this every 15 days. We went from 1,000 shares shorted March 31st now to 40,053,000 shares shorted as of May 14th. But we are much higher than that. We are at currently shares on loan of 46.92 million. This puts us at, like I said, 22.67%. That is extremely high and prone to a short squeeze if we do get good volume. Now, the utilization is currently at 96.57%. So all is good there. That's essentially saying most shorts, most institutional shares that they would be willing to sell short are already sold short. So I do think we'll definitely have to see some of these shorts start to cover. If we get good volume here, it could be very good. Now, let's get into the news that did happen today. And as far as the news, like I said, it might surprise you. It says CCIV stock, the Rivian IPO news sending CCIV racing. And it says, here's the big news talk about CCIV stock higher today. Hold on, let's see. I read this whole thing, but yeah, it says a lot of stuff you don't need to know about, but it says CCIV stock climbing on Rivian IPO news. Today, reports indicated that Rivian, the Amazon-backed EV truck maker, could be going public soon. The proposed valuation, approximately $50 billion to $70 billion according to various sources. If Rivian is able to generate such a valuation in the market, CCIV current market cap of $5.5 billion certainly looks cheap. Plus, as of April 2021, experts were eyeing a roughly $35 billion value after the merger, and perspective is everything these days. Now, Rivian was successful in raising $2.65 billion in capital round sponsored by Amazon, Fidelity, and T. Rowe Price earlier this year. There's room for a valuation bump should the company indeed pursue an IPO at some point this year. Okay, that's about Rivian. But this Lucid Motors Investors Club Twitter says CCIV goes up due to investors realizing it's a massive bargain compared to Rivian. This is something we all knew and pointed out months ago. Thanks for the cheap shares. So that is basically the news why CCIV pops so much today. It's much the same as I do compare on stream a lot to your house being in a more expensive neighborhood. It makes your house be more valuable even if it's not totally up to par with the neighborhood. It's like a cause and effect type of thing, right? So hopefully you guys understand why this is affecting CCIV stock and what influence that it will have going into the future. These are both pretty much pre-revenue companies. Rivian, I believe they have a little bit of revenue, but nothing, not even close. I believe CCIV is closer to hitting that mass production scale. So with that being said, let's take a look at the Webull technical analysis. Let's get into it. So we gapped up today from about $20 all the way up to a high of $20. $22.41, and we wicked way up there, guys, and then fell back down, currently at $21.65. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that as a resistance level for right now, $22.41. If we break above that tomorrow, it definitely looks good, and I do want to make a trade on this, just so you guys know. So I'm eyeing a couple options I will show you after this. Now, as far as the 50-day moving average, it is at $20.15, pretty much where we ripped up from today. So if we can stay above the 50-day moving average, that is definitely a bullish factor here. 200-day moving average at $19.52. So like I said, if we stay above that as well, that definitely looks good. As far as the max D, look at these inflows, guys. Crazy inflows here. Virtually no outflows, and the CCC line, when it's above this blue signal line, is signaling a bullish uptrend, and we've actually been above that since last trading day, Friday, May 28th. We slightly went above that and then stayed above that today, signaling good inflows. And then where this gap is just wide. So the longer it stays above this, the better, and the more, positive people are thinking CCIV is going to be for the future, or the next couple of days, weeks, whatever the case is. So that definitely looks good there. As far as our upper end resistance level, it's definitely going to be about the $24 mark, and if we can break that, I do believe we could go to about, this is $25, excuse me, about $25 mark. And if we do break that, then we'll probably go to about 30, but I think that's probably as high as we would go for right now. And even considering where we sold off of, it's pennies. But once the merger does get announced, hopefully they come out with some news like that in the actual day of the voting and the merger to take place. That'll pop us a lot more. And if that happens, we will most certainly see a massive short squeeze. But obviously, I don't think we're getting back to the $65 level anytime soon. But even if we break the 30, that would be good from here. And we were at that as of March 16th. So we have been very depressed for a long time. But I do think overall this is going to start a bullish trend. If we draw a trend line, we'll go from the bottom of here. I do expect something like this. We could either gap up to this $22 mark where we've seen resistance today, or we consolidate out tomorrow. I really don't see us falling too much, just because the kind of news it is, the valuation, if you're going to value Rivian at such a high valuation, why would CCIV not be valued at least a fraction of that, right? So I do think there's room to go up here. I'm really eyeing the $25 mark. As far as potential downside, it looks like the $20 mark as of right now is really good support. Well, really in between $19.50 and $20 is really good support. Anything under that, it's about $19 is solid support, but I don't see us breaking that, especially after today. Now, as far as the options that I was eyeing, I actually tried to get filled so many times earlier, 8 hours ago, when CCIV was just starting to rip up, and I'm kind of mad I didn't get filled. But I was trying to get them a $25 call for June 18th for $42. Let's take a look what that is trading at right now. What is it trading at? $62. I mean, so it would have been a decent return. It was up higher than that. The high was 82, so that would have been 100% at one point. So I was eyeing to get those. I was trying to get them even cheaper than that throughout the day, but those do look pretty good. If we do consolidate out tomorrow or fall, that's probably what I would go for. But I really do want to go a little bit further out here, just to get the confirmation day under the strike, right? So I wouldn't want to necessarily get something that's super close unless we did get a confirmation. Then you're obviously going to make a lot of money on that, because that's what we've seen with SPACs. Once a confirmation is confirmed, the vote is confirmed, they go rallying. We've seen that time and time and again with the SPAC market right now. Until then, they stay pretty flat or even trend downwards. But I do think the $30 call for August, or the $35 call, is a pretty good deal right now. Hopefully they could go a little bit cheaper tomorrow, and I might try to pick some of these up just for a short-term quick flip. I don't know if they will get to this, so I wouldn't want to hold them. If they are up a lot, I would definitely take profits. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. That's the trade, the technical analysis, and why CCIV popped today. As far as my position, I'm averaging at $23.16, so getting close to my break even. I don't care. I'm a long-term investor in this, but it was up a total of 10.04% today. It is 10.32% of my portfolio, and that is pretty much that, guys. So if you got anything useful out of this video, hopefully you did and understand where we currently sit with CCIV, especially the short interest. We could really see a short squeeze here, and I don't want to downplay that at all, because there is a real possibility shorts have been getting way carried away shorting this stock. So with that being said, make sure to hit the like button as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. As always, links down below in the description. Check that out if you want to. If not, don't. But until next time, be prepared, never scared. Know the potential here, know the risks, potential upside and potential downside. So with that being said, take care.